All right, thank you all for sticking around. Welcome to the weigh-in UFC Fight Night, Holloway versus Kэtter. Dana White is in the building, and we are ready to go. We will begin with the prelims, which you can see live, wall-to-wall on ESPN+. First out of the chute in the UFC featherweight division, Jacob Kilburn versus Austin Lingo. All right, next prelim in the UFC women's bantamweight division, Sarah Morris versus Vanessa Mello. All right, next up, the first of three welterweight fights on the card here tomorrow. It'll be David Zavada versus Ramazan Ameev. All right, now we'll bring out the heavyweights, Carlos Felipe versus Justin Tafa. All right, moving on now to the UFC women's bantamweight division, Wu Yanan versus Jocelyn Edwards. All right, and our featured prelim in the UFC's middleweight division, how good is this? Phil Hawes versus Nassourdine Imavov. And with that, we get to the main card for the first UFC Fight Night live on ABC. First out of the chute in the middleweight division, it'll be two undefeated fighters, Punahele Soriano versus Dushko Todorovic. Also on the main card at middleweight, Joaquin Buckley versus Alessio De Chirico. All right, next up we get to a featured bout in the UFC welterweight division, Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Li Jingliang. And that brings us to the co-main event at 170 pounds, the former UFC interim welterweight champion Carlos Condit versus Matt Brown. And the men on the marquee in our UFC featherweight main event, the former decorated champion and now #1 contender, Max Blessed Holloway versus 6th-ranked Calvin Kætter. All right, we are official, folks. What a headliner we have got in store for you live tomorrow night on ABC. One more sleep, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.